Good morning, barely. Fellers, fellettes, guys, gals. More ludicrous stuff here. I'm Chris. First off, I am not trying to be the next, let's get a car running, truck running. All I'm doing, I've had this truck on the, well, one or two videos. Very short ones, not much of one to count. But now the first one, was just nasty. Now it's not too terrible clean, but it's not nasty. Well, you can actually see the blue. As you can see, my heat and air controls are hanging out because I've got to jiggle them a little bit to make them work, which I think is kind of picturesque of an 06 Dodge. But today I've got the 4.7. Well, today for today's video. This thing's got a 4.7, just like that one does. That's a 04 down there. This one's 06. My 04 at the bottom of the hill, rough idle, would occasionally shut down, but then fire right back up. And I did a little digging and found, I don't remember what the sensor's called, but I'll uncover it here in a minute. Idler sensor or something like that, but I've got to get that cover taken off. I'm going to set y'all somewhere over here. Well, let's turn it down. Right now, having a hard time finding where to put the phone. Obviously, I don't do this much. I just started with it. Well, I'll have to figure something else out for that if I'm going to keep this video going. But right now, I just need to get to taking the top cover breather input part off. That's the way that's supposed to be. I've got to get all this section off to access again, I don't remember what the part is called. The reason I'm doing the video is for folks of you out there like me, if you can at all. I hate paying labor charges, especially when it's something silly like this is. On this truck, I never can tell if it's going to be metric or standard. Some of y'all out there that might be watching probably know what it is already. Now I do. It's a 8mm socket. Sorry to put you blind there for a second. But again, back to my point. This is for things like this, the job is too easy to clean this idler valve, or I think it is. I don't know the actual full out title on it, but it is an idler valve. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I've got a bad back, very bad. I have had 2 back surgeries, scoliosis, and actually told I could use 3. I just had a stimulator put in not too long ago, and as for me, it has worked wonders. Nothing works for everybody. Matter of fact, I've got a friend that it didn't work on. We go to church with. It didn't work on at all. Once again, I've got to find the right socket. There we go. The infamous 10mm. nothing to this part. And if I can get somebody that's to help me edit, I'm going, well, I don't know how to, I don't have the video blending software. Go this way with it, see if I can't get something accomplished here. Again, I'm not trying to be the next work on a vehicle. I'd love to revive an old muscle car, get one, or a truck, get it drug out of the woods and or barn, and get it going again. But that's just not reasonable for me. Okay, that whole let's see if I can do this. My other truck is so wrinkled. I'm sitting on top of of course. How far down did that go? Can't even see it from up top. Okay, sorry about that. I don't have the editing software to stop the video and splice it. At least I don't have it yet. But for some of you that, I mean, I've got two trucks. The only reason this one's not running is because of, I'm pretty sure that idler valve. And this is a common problem I have found for these 4.7s Chrysler engine. I've got the carburetor spray over there to clean it out when I do actually get to it. You don't have to have big mechanical skills to do this. And that will qualify for me. I can do some things. I can change off several parts, and I want to be able to build an engine. And I know some of you out there, and hopefully somebody that'll actually be listening to the video, is in the same spot. Be honest, I've got a second channel, or actually this is my second channel. Just started recent. My first channel is Action by Thought. You can find it easier. I mean, that'll bring it up on YouTube. But I've got a blog, actionbythought.blog, and my main YouTube channel, Chris Moore Ministries, Bible study that my Bible study notes and what I come with things, and I do actually, I guess you could call it commentary. I was a railroader for about a little over 20 years. My back went out, and I believe God used that to wake me up and tell me that I wasn't concentrating on Him enough. And I'm very praise His name that He did. Obviously, I wish I had my physical abilities, but I do not grudge not having them, because I was relying on the railroad more than I was relying on Him. What is hanging on? So, if y'all want to check that out, Chris Moore Ministries on YouTube, and Action by Thought, .blog. And this channel, I'm just doing tinkering around this. I've got a lawnmower that I'm going to have to watch some other YouTube channels on to see how to replace the seal on the main pulley shaft that comes out of the lawnmower engine, because it's smoking like a tar kill when I crank it and when I put it in, engage the blades. YouTube is very useful. It can be a distraction and keep you away from things that are important, but it can also be a very useful tool. And I'm just trying to exercise that a little bit right here, right now. Are you kidding? What is holding you on? And fellers, y'all are more than welcome to let your fingers do the walking. Laugh at me a little, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I could do better if you know how to do this work. I'm just showing people that anybody can, because if I can, anybody can. Especially with a bad back. I can do some things, but then I'm down for a while. I can't do anything on a 40-hour week. Not even sitting at the computer and doing my Bible study. Not like the hours that would need to be on there. But I can get through a few things. This being one of them. Now, I'm going to switch the camera back. Of course, I'm going to clean that crud right there off. This crud. And that's clean enough. That looks good. From what I understand that it's supposed to look like. Let me move a part or two here. Might could look a little better, but it looked decent enough. But to my understanding, and this, I did this on my 04 already. This one right here is, I don't remember the name of it. Somebody do let your fingers do the talking and tag me down in the comments, tell me what it is called. But I've got to pull it off, and I got a torch bit. Crap. Got one screw right there, and then this electrical thing connection. You have to get me a screwdriver. And then clean the thing up. Because as I understand, you know, when you're sitting out idle and your foot's not on the accelerator pedal. Oops. That valve is where the air comes in. Because those of you that are mechanically inclined at all know that a gas engine, it doesn't matter what it's on, is nothing but a glorified air compressor with fuel spark and boom boom explosion. That's what makes them run. But when that's the reason it's called an accelerator pedal instead of a, I just moved that red tab out. It's the reason it's called an accelerator pedal instead of a gas pedal. Where did I put that? Got to remember where my torch bit is. I'll chime back in here in a second when I get the torch bit.